Shalom, shalom out there, Akim.
Shalom.
So we're gonna go in today, going in on a little bit of going on Esau, and there's always a whole heap to do as far as getting on Esau. There's a whole heap of scriptures, and there's a whole heap of things taking place in the earth too. But we're gonna see where the Spirit leads us. Ultimately, we're going in the Spirit. But before we start, we're gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and keep on fighting to all the sincere elect out there. We're almost out of this bitch. So open up with Revelation chapters 11 and read 18.
Yeah.
The title of this video is Yahweh Yahushai shall destroy the fugitive which destroy the earth. And that's the precept to really bring that point out.
Right, this is Revelation 11 and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints.
It's talking about the nations. The nations are the other, the other heathen nations, right? They're angry right now, right? Which the Lord put the Spirit in them to be angry, and they're building up the momentum to come against these wicked people for all the things they've done. And that's in also we can get to that, but that's in Isaiah 14 around 21. They're going to say, is this the man? So finish that precept.
Right, this is Revelation 11 and verse 18 again. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou
even the wicked, right? The wicked who died unfaithfully, they're gonna have to come back to be judged too. The wicked, generally the wicked. But it's gonna explain it. Carry on.
Yeah, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints.
And we're gonna get a reward at the end of. Ultimately, if we endure to the end, there's a reward coming, right? So. Also, you're going to have the ones that are resurrected as well to come back. That's in, we can get that after Revelations chapter 6, around about 6, 12 or something, that they cried to the Most High under the altar, right? The prophets that were martyred and deleted in so many different ways. What Nero did to the prophets, John, Peter and Apostle Paul in Jerusalem as well. But carry on, finish this verse off.
All right, this is Revelation 11 and verse 18. The rest of it says, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
So the ones that are going to be destroyed, as we open up, we're talking about the fugitive today, right? Because the fugitive has done a lot, man. And in all that he's done, obviously, he ain't going to take responsibility, because that's how he's the left-hand side. He's the sword. But he's making us the face of crime.
Yeah, the villain.
You know what I mean? Which, yes, for a period of time, the scripture says that he gonna rule, right? And with the Renaissance period, that was around the 1400s, or even before then, to around the 1700s. And the iconoclasm, destroying all the images. Right, and I know who was behind that. Michelangelo. He had a big part in playing the destroying the images. What's that guy's name? Matter of fact, I'll pull him up. If you got something, you can bring it out.
Yeah, this is I was holding it before. This is Genesis 9 and then verse 6. This is Genesis chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of the Most High made he man as well. And of course, the Most High has his favorite people, considering what Esau's done to Jacob as well. He's done a lot of slaying, for Jacob, man, especially when you get into Native American history, which is what I've been getting into recently. Gad and Reuben, they've been slayed a lot, by Esau, Edom, especially in those wars, as well as just Esau's desire in order to claim those lands, man, over there in America, which Americans have this vain pride but that vain pride is going to be uprooted because of the fact that it wasn't their land in the first place. That was temporarily given to God, but because of the curses, that's why they were kicked off. And of course, Esau Eden came in and he did some slaying. He killed those Gadads, the so-called Native American Indians and Seminole Indians out there. And of course, from the killing, the Most High is going to bring that judgment onto him as well. That's why it says in Genesis 9:6, whoso sheddeth man's blood, again, which is another way of saying kill, it says, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of the Most High made he man. I read the laws, statutes, and commandments were given unto Israel, so they'd read the real representation of the Most High Yahweh. So of course, Esau touching the anointed ones, he will be punished for that, for all his his atrocities that he's had against Gad, and not just Gad as well, because Gad is of course a portion of the northern kingdom, but also southern kingdom, as you know, with the transatlantic slave trade too. So it's pretty much blood for blood. That's what's going to be given, man. And it's going to be a very bloody time, in Jacob's trouble, referring to Jeremiah 30 and verse 7.
Because when they get these we call these mass murderers, like you had the likes of Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy. Some of them, a lot of them were Edomites too. By the way, Jeffrey Dahmer, which the name actually means blood. I elder Apostle Gabar be bringing that out a lot. So he was bloodthirsty, and you can hold, since you mentioned as the scripture says in Genesis 9, whosoever sheds man blood, by man's blood shall his blood be shed. Go to Genesis chapter 4 to bring that out a little bit more. Because I was looking up the when you talk about iconoclasm, the actual meaning talks about, it goes into image breaking, right? Iconoclasm, image breaking. This took place around the Renaissance period, around maybe earlier than the 1400s, but around that time, right? Centuries from the 1400s to the 16th century, the Renaissance period, where the iconoclasm took place, right? Image breaking. So let's read a little bit into that. It says, refers to a recurring historical impulse to break or destroy images, and we know what images there was destroying, right? This is Leonardo da Vinci. We're gonna bring out some receipts today. He was responsible for the iconoclasm, and when you get into it, there's a lot of things he did, right? But obviously he's known for painting Mona Lisa, which is a famous picture, and he gets a lot of credit for that. But he defaced a lot of images as well. Let's read a bit more. It says, images for religions or political reasons, right? So it refers to a recurring historical impulse to break or destroy images for religious or political reasons, right? And they know exactly what they was doing, right? For religious, political reasons. Why? Because they want to put their faces up, right? And hide the
true faces of the
the achievements, the historical achievements that Jake have, and you can't hide it, right? Yes, you do have a period of time to be a fugitive in the earth. We're going to get to that though. So for historical reasons, for religious reasons, for example, in the ancient Egypt, the carved visages of some pharaohs were obliterated by their successors. During the French Revolution, images of kings were refaced, right? And this is Leonardo da Vinci. What did he also do? He was responsible for the Last Supper image, right? Because for those of us that grew up in the Christian church, we looked up on that image, that picture with the 12 disciples. The Last Supper is a memorial painting by the Italian High Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci. When he made them, he destroyed them and he put up a Renaissance once again, to the rebirth. Made them, which is blasphemy. He made them all white. Also, what else did he do? Mona Lisa, right? The images here, the pictures here. Mona Lisa is a half-length portrait painting by the Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci, right? Just to name a few. Also, you got Michelangelo as well. History on him. Dantello, right? When you get into the things that they've done, right? Dantello, He was involved in the
Was it Donatello?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Donatello.
The one. And Michelangelo, right? What did he do? Michelangelo, long name there, was an Italian sculptor. He obviously, that's what the point we're making. They destroyed paintings. I think he was responsible for destroying Caesar Borgia painting. Yeah, the and poet of a high Renaissance. He was booked. So there you have it. There, that's the point. He was in. He was the one that destroyed Caesar Borgia, or put him up rather as a white man. So they got a lot to pay for. These are the true faces of crime.
Right. On that point, I got a precept. This is First Maccabees 3, verse 48. It says, "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images." So quite literally, the examples you just pulled out, Donatello, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, all these paintings which really are used to then cover up, the true origin of the people within that time period, which is really rooted within Israel, man. So as it says, First Maccabees 3 and verse 48, "And laid open the book of the law," which is the scriptures, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images, which really, those scriptures are for Jakes, man. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, that's what the book is properly for, not for the heathens, which they, of course, touched the book and then tried to corrupt it and warp the understanding of people, of today, man. Even Jake is caught up in that folly, of course, especially with that so-called religion, called Christianity. That's just a state of corruption for the people. I've got another precept too. This is Job 9 and verse 24. It says here, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked." That's how they're able to actually have this authority, this power to manipulate, those images, as we just read there in First Maccabees 3 and verse 48. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges, thereof. If not, where and who is he? Not everyone knows that Esau Edom is the wicked, and he's the culprit. That's the word that we're going into, the fugitive, which Yaratazam will get the definition out as well. Of whom, the Most High is going to punish, man. You can go around, corrupting everyone, but even right now, nowadays, Yahweh Shem Yeshua is revealing the truth, of which even just the normal layman, they know that Esau's time is going up soon, man. Babylon the Great, the economy is going to go down. Esau's military might is also going to go down and be tramped. It's all going down at the end of the day. So Yaratazam, let me get the definition of fugitive. Going into the topic for today. So it says here, just bear with me, hold on. Definition of fugitive. So really, Esau's deception goes deep, man. Just thinking about Michelangelo, Donatello, and these artists as well of old. People renown them, but really their works are really they give into the corruption of Israel, man, or really the corruption of the perception, of you Jakes out there. So definition of fugitive, it says a person who has escaped from captivity or is in hiding. That's why, going into the research of things, Esau calls the so-called, dark ages, the period of time where there wasn't much innovation. But then, if you go into certain videos, do some more research as well. I'll go do some research so I can do some videos on it too. That's the period of time where Jake was actually ruling, man. There was no innovation that Esau was bringing
century.
up.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's how they introduced their power, which they had help with the Most High actually. Because when you look into the bubonic plague or the bubonic plague, so the bubonic plague, a phenomenon plague, that was caused by a same bacterium, some so-called yeast infection. Bubonic plague is a bacterial infection in the lymph nodes, and phenomenal plague is a bacterial infection in the lungs, which was brought about around that time around the 12th century,
Okay.
which gradually tore us down. What do they call it? When we was ruling, they call it the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
And
And that's when Esau had no power.
when Esau was in his in Petra or Mount Seir, as we know it. You know, you hear about the caves, but that's where he was. And he'll be just we don't gotta get it.
Yeah.
That's Job chapters 30, man. You know, they was getting their food, hunting like savages. The real savages of the earth are them. Hence why we're bringing out the fugitives now. Their backs against the wall.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you see them throwing the kitchen sink or making Jake. Right. You're hearing about what's happening over there. Over here in the mother of Babylon with the refugees.
Yep.
One was mistakenly, they say, released out of prison. Someone who raped a 14-year-old young girl from, I think it's Ethiopia.
Yep.
And there's others. That was just there's others as well. You're not hearing so much about them, really, because they want to make Jake, right, which is not even of the tribes. I don't believe it's of the tribes anyway. Because a lot of them heathens, they be doing a whole heap of nastiness.
True.
Right, but they want to make that color the face of crime, graping. As a matter of fact, since I'm talking about that, we're gonna read Genesis. As a matter of fact, read that now. Read that now. Read around
Genesis 4.
Yeah, start from round about 8.
This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 8. Genesis 4 and verse 8, it says here, and Cain talked.
So we're just bringing out these receipts, right? And you don't get no better receipts than from the scriptures.
Genesis 4 and verse 8, it says here, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is
So that's
Abel?
what he did. The man shedder, the blood shedder, which we opened up with that, the blood shedder. If you shed blood, right, that goes into Galatians, isn't it? Galatians 6 and 7. Whatsoever a man served, that he should also reap. So he's got that hanging over his head. And the reaper, right, in his case, it's Yahweh Shai, right? He's coming to collect. He's coming to collect what you've done, what you've sowed in the earth. So yeah, carry on.
This is Genesis 4 and 8 again. It says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not.
And if you can receive it, or do your research, right? We have to do our research, right? Cain goes back, and the word Cain means weapon, right? And he goes back to the wicked, the Edomites, right? Do your research for those of you that don't know. Well, it's all been revealed to the prophets via the Spirit. And Abel goes back to Jacob, right? Which is, you got the wicked. In movies, what do you always have? The good and the bad, innit? So the Most High is not no different. He's a movie promoter, movie director, screenwriter. He's all of those in the movie, right? And he's in control of the beginning and the end of the movie. And he decides who's going to win, which is written. It's all written anyway. You know what I mean?
You got the protagonist and the antagonist.
Yeah, that's the one.
So it says in verse 9, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yeah, and they make all this into a saying, and am I my brother's keeper? And they used to have an advert. They used to show it regularly. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. But they were showing some Edomite. They usually show an Edomite that need old Edomite man or old Edomite woman that needs help across the road, and then you got a Captain Saberhole helping the old Edomite woman or old Edomite man, which they ain't your brother and they ain't your sisters, Jake. Right? The scriptures don't tell us who they are. They're the enemy. And Sirach 10 and 12 says, never trust thine enemy. But yeah, you can help your brother because he ain't well and truly your brother. Right? The scriptures talk about that's the ones that we love, man. They're the ones that we cater for. And when we pray, you can pray for your brother, but you can't pray for the wicked. You can't pray for your enemies. Right? Because they're the Most High. They've made themselves a sworn enemy, as it's going to go on to when we get into it, to actually explain it. So he made that, he was one of the first manslayers, and then also to back that up, that big well-known lie. He says, afterward, Lord asked Cain, where is your brother? And what did Cain say?
He says in Genesis 4 and verse 10, and he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me.
Yeah, because it's alive, and it's literally like to the Most High in the spirit world. It's alive. Blood is alive, and we're going to get into some of the. As a matter of fact, you can hold Leviticus. It goes into the sacredness of the blood. It's in the law, in it.
God, this is Genesis 4 and verse 10. Actually, verse 10 again. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth,
yep,
which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Yeah, you talk about curses. Yes, we're cursed right now. Deuteronomy 28 backs that up. But it was for a season, and we're well aware of that. We did the crime, so the Most High is making us pay by doing the time, paying for the crime. That is for a season. But the scriptures tell us already about the wicked, the fugitive of the earth. There's no forgiveness. There's no mercy going to be shown to you. I think that's in Malachi. I think it's Malachi chapters 1. But we're going to get to that. Let's finish off here. Where are we at the moment?
Verse 11 says, and now art thou cursed. So Genesis 4 and verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Right. So let's just look at the word there. Fugitive, because we don't know, but for edification's sake, we're going to bring it out in the blue letter.
So define fugitive. Oh, in the blue letter.
Yeah.
Go on, let me get it.
Because while you was looking up that, the Spirit had me, because one of the elders brought out let me know when you find it, right?
Go on.
About Jimmy Savile. I remember growing up. For some of us, we remember growing up hearing about Jimmy Savile, a national hero, right? And he was knighted. He actually was in the palace, and he was knighted by the Queen. Yeah. Some of us may have seen that on the TV them days there, right? So Jimmy Savile cannot be stripped. And what is he known for?
His knighthood, isn't it?
His knighthood. He's known for being a public hero. But what followed behind that? Something that he was doing, right? We're not going to get all into it. We're going to speak a little bit in code. But Jimmy Savile, it says, there's that guy. I was looking at him earlier on, innit? Let's bring him up. Okay. Yeah, this guy here. Something called the Ninth Circle, and we got receipts. Do your research for those of you who don't know. But we're just bringing out receipts on this devil, because he's trying to hide, right? And he's trying to make the brown people and every other people, apart from himself, the face of crime. Yeah. So there's this guy, which I'm aware of him because he was this guy. Let me mention his name. One of his victims, Richard Keir, right? And he had an axe to grind. I think it was in the late 80s. Remember when he was around, Jimmy Savile, when he was around, he had a famous documentary. As a matter of fact, let's find out what his series was called. It's in the back of my mind. It wants to come out. Jimmy Savile's well-known series and his catchphrase, because that's how these pedos, using some code. Look at that guy on the TV. That demon.
Elon Musk over
there. He's another one, right?
Oh boy.
Talking pure lies, and the scriptures tell them that they're profane people. They can't tell the truth. That's in Psalms 58 as well, and also in Hebrews 12 and 16. Right? They be barling for their they want their birthright back, and they're trying to lie to get it. They're trying to pillage to get it. Yeah. They're doing the what fugitives do: lie, kill, and destroy. Right? John 12:12. The thief cometh not but to kill, thief, and to destroy. So yeah, this guy here, right? And his documentary was the night. If you even just go on YouTube, I done my research on him back in the day. The series that was out called the Ninth Circle, and you got former police officers, right? Investigation on the things that he did, his reputation, right? The extraordinary life. He says of Jimmy Savile, how he's able. The Queen knighted him as well, but she also gave him the key to the morgue. And he used to have, we use some code there. What do they call it when someone lies down with dead bodies?
Necrophilia.
That's what he was. That's what he did. That's the true identity of Jimmy Savile.
He's got a few. It says top of the pops.
Yeah.
Jim will fix it.
Top of the pops in the 80s, and the 70s.
You got Jim will
and,
fix
he
it.
had he was well known for being very flamboyant. He had these, you can see it here.
Jewelry.
I don't know if I should show that to the brothers there.
Yeah, we can.
He was very well known for being, which pedos are flamboyant. If you can see him there, he had a whole heap of jewelry, and look, there's his knighthood there, or his medal, what he got from the Queen. He was invited to the Queen to the palace, and he was knighted. You know when they knighted him, and what did they? People who are knighted are only knighted because they're national heroes. Which you got a lot of pedos. There's others too.
Yeah.
There's others too. A lot of Cliff Richards, he was involved as well. Gary Glitter. Some of us remember them when they was pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes. We remember them. But see how the Most High has removed the veil, and He showed us. Hence why we can give you receipts. And they was all the time what they was doing while they was doing doing what they was doing, going around the earth, pillaging, killing and destroying, graping. They was pointing at, look at them over there, look at them in the ghetto, look at them. I saw him, he ran into the shop and he grabbed the Mars bar and ran out of the shop. While this is literally what they was doing. You know, a little two-bob villain in the East End. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going because he's hungry. He wants to go home and feed his family. While they was doing their pedo business behind the scenes. So you've been exposed, and so I'm just going to read a little bit here. Yeah, have you got something?
Yeah, well, I mean, no, not yet.
All right, yeah. So Jimmy Savile cannot be stripped of his knighthood, says officials. And this is what David Cameron goes on to say. David Cameron rises prospect of presenter losing honour, but cabinet officers say people cease to hold titles after they die because they're saying he died. So they don't want to. And there's still people. I mentioned one guy. That guy I mentioned. Let me see if I bring him up. There's like a whole heap of children that were once children in the 50s and the 60s that are now moving on to their middle ages, past their middle ages, 80 and like 60 going on, late 50s, early 60s, that had literally been molested by him, men and women, been touched by him. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at that guy, let me get him again. Look at this guy when you see him. It was sad to see him like that. And
Richard Carr.
This guy here.
Oh, come.
When you can see the man's this messed up. When he's turned to alcohol. You can see it by looking at his face. And I'm not saying Irish and Scottish. A lot of them go back to our people as well.
True.
I believe he's Scottish.
Because of the name, innit?
Yep.
Richard Kerr.
And he has a bit of an accent.
K-E-R.
But
we're
just bringing out receipts, Akim. That's all.
Yep. You asked for the root word for fugitive in Genesis 4 and verse 12. And it says here, nuwa, which means to quiver, totter, shake, reel, stagger, wonder, move, sift, make move, wave, waver, tremble, to wave, quiver, vibrate.
Hold on. The word fugitive. Go to the Strongs.
Go to the Strongs.
Yeah, have you got that? That's the word, isn't it? Fugitive. Yeah. Go to the Strongs. See what it says. Yeah.
It says newer primitive root to waver in a great variety of applications, literally and figuratively. It says continually fugitive, make to go up and down, be gone away, be movable, be promoted, remove, scatter, set, shake, sift, stagger, and to be
Fugitive.
Come on. That's
All right, typing. What is Just type in fugitive meaning in Google.
Come on. That was Strong's H5128. All right, so fugitive in Google.
Yeah, just type in the meaning of it.
Right. So this is the definition of fugitive: a person who has escaped from captivity or is in hiding.
Boom. Sometimes Google be hitting even a broken clock be right, once a day. So boom, that's the point. And I just tapped in bloodshed, right? So he's a fugitive, he's wanted, right? And he's pointing his finger. It wasn't me. And he's pointing because he wants to hold on. When you're trying to point your finger at someone, what do you call it? Reflecting, innit? And then you want to redirect the person from you, redirect the attention from you, and say it's them over there, them, the ones that you can see there, shucking and jiving in the music videos, chatting, talking about all kinds of wickedness. Which Jake be doing wickedness, and Jake gonna have to pay for that. Right, the 2/3 gonna have to be cut off. So it's true, but what are you doing? Right, trying to redirect attention from yourself.
Go precept.
Yeah, all right, bring that out, and I've got a word to look up.
So into Esau's nature as well, being a fugitive and using deception. This is Genesis 3 and verse 1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh the Most High had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath the Most High said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden." But the key part, it says, now the serpent was more subtle. That goes into craftiness. Having that intelligence for deception as well. It says, which the Lord Yahweh, the Most High, had made, man. So, of course, this serpent isn't an actual serpent, but rather is a representation of Esau, Edom. Man.
That's Genesis 3, yeah?
Come on, Genesis 3.
Right.
Trying to affect, well, obviously that goes deep into the breakdown, but the point is that he was deceiving with his philosophies. That was you could liken those as the other fruits, which you're not supposed to eat of, which is representative of the philosophies.
So he was effective. It worked. It beguiled Eve, right? Which we know, she's the wife of Adam, right? Eve. Which today you got the progenitors of Eve. Today she's being deceived. She's still drinking that juice. When you read 2 as well. Yeah.
So Genesis 3 and verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Yeah, carry on.
And verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doth.
But that part was a lie. But it wasn't instantaneous. There was a delayed reaction. We would have lived, we used to live.
Shorten their lives.
Yeah, shorten their life. It put a time, I like to call it an egg time on their life. So from 1,000 years, all the times it was always deteriorating. But actually from eternity.
Yep.
And then 1,000 years, then from then, Adam lived 935 years and just deteriorating from then. So it was we call play on words.
Yeah.
And Eve was beguiled. Eve was simple then, and she's still simple up to this very day. And she believed the grass is greener on the other side. So don't get it twisted. This serpent, this demon, he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. I just done a little bit of fact checking. First, I'm going to look up the word bloodshed. Right? I'll look that one up. I've got it here. It says the shedding of blood often through violence, murder, slaughter. It can refer to a great amount of killing. What did we open up? We're talking about for those that shed blood by man's hand.
Genesis 9 and 6.
And there's examples of a lot of these serial killers. That's the word I'm looking for. A lot of them are Edomites, man. You understand? And a lot of them, they try to keep their reputation quiet and hushed. A lot of them are up there, in high positions, right? And as we know, he was just one person. You might call him because he died, they maybe said, let's reveal it. And too many people kept coming forward as well.
Yeah.
You got Gary Glitter, you got Rolf Harris, you got Jimmy Savile, you got what's the other one? They called him Richard. Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Cliff Richard, the Queen's favorite singer.
Go on.
The Queen's darling.
Yeah.
Right? And he managed to escape. It was coming out about him, but they managed to hush that one up because he's the Queen's darling. You know, all that. If you ever heard him sing, he's one of them cheesy pop singers well known in the early 80s, late 70s. Very, very cheesy on top of the pops.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Savile, you know, they was all in the same circle. Mm-hmm. Let me finish, and I've got some stats I want to bring out. Today's about receipts, because you know what, the Spirit was on me the other day, and I was just walking, I was looking around, and I was watching these people, man. I was saying, boy, that day is coming, man. Right? Because these people are in their demon time. That's what it is. They're in their demon time, and we have to wait. We got to suck this up. Yeah. You don't got to get it, because we know it very well. Zephaniah 3:8. Wait there upon me. But I was on the bus the other day and I could have said something, but I said, nah, it's all right. Most side knows what's going on. About 3 Edomites, these guys, and I remember when I was young, I used to hang around with a lot of Edomites. So I know how they
operate.
Yeah. I know how deceit, as young as some of them are, they're very good liars, very effective liars, very, you know, they use this. They're young and they act like they're dumb. They play stupid. But anyway, on the bus, right, they was doing something to this woman, and I kind of was catching it. I think not fully though. And then next thing I know, the woman got up and just walked downstairs, right? And then she come back up. No, the conductor, the driver, and if you know that, you know nowadays they had the way everything is set up. Driver can't really move out of his position. No. There is a time when drivers can be a bit more in the public, and you had the conductor. And it was all about, they give you the ticket and all that. But the driver now, they've set it up so that he's all compartmentalized off. Yeah. And you can't even talk to him because he's all screened off, just because there's so much things happening now with violence. Drivers be getting attacked and everything. So if you see the driver have to move out of his place, you know it's something. So he came upstairs and he said to these 3 young little Edomites, they were Edomites, and they had the Richard Spencer haircut. Look up the Richard Spencer haircut. Anybody look up Richard Spencer? If you want to look him up, you can. But
I'm gonna say
people understand when I say Richard Spencer. They had all the haircuts and all of that. Yeah. They definitely had the spirit of Richard Spencer, and he just said he came in like a spirit of an angel. He just said 1, 2, 3, off. And they got their white privilege, right? And they me trying to. It wasn't, you know, the Cain, the Cain spirit. These guys must have been 9, 10 and all that, you know, right? Me, you could never be talking. This is what they said in their body language. You could never be talking to me. I don't get off buses. He said 1, 2, 3, off. Get off. They're still sat there. Huh? What? This was Judah, bro. 1, 2, 3. And he done the body language like that. He wasn't taking no more nonsense. But maybe because it was an Edomite woman that went downstairs and complained. True. Probably if it was a Jake, they probably might have said, nah, leave. Don't believe her or whatever. You know, they probably would have, he probably would have made an alliance. But really, he was really obliging the woman, the white woman's white supremacy. Even though she white, they are white. He was obliging the white woman. So he wasn't taking no nonsense. But they had to get off the bus. Yep. Right? I'm saying, boy, this Halloween, this is around Halloween time. Things be, you can sense things, you know, like that mischief spirit. Yeah. And they thought they was going to get away. But let me say this too, right? When they got off the bus, I looked at them. It's like, we actually got caught in their spirits. Like, we got found out. We got caught. White privilege, it must be... Because remember, they're demons coming back anyway, you know. True. Right? Don't look at them as... Listen, when they was putting us in the alligator bait and all of that, it was adults doing it. And they never see us as no little innocent children. Nope. Because they know who the enemy are. Let me tell you something, bro. And as a matter of fact, I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say what I'm going to say on YouTube. But, when Yahushua return, he ain't going to... There's no respect of persons, what he's going to do. But anyway, so they was cut. They was cut, man. Yeah. So this is what they're guilty of. Even the ones you see coming back with their nappies on, right? You don't know what they've done in their past lives.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, bro.
I got a precept just on
Bring
that
it out,
point.
Baba Kusha.
This is Psalms 58 and verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. It says their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like a deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. But the point is, it says they're estranged from the womb, man. So really from the point that they're born, that wicked nature is already realized from these Edomite babies, man. So really they're not innocent as well.
Yeah.
And of course, when you consider reincarnation as well, they're coming here to serve their judgment too, man. So of course, the Most High has been watching them for a very long time, man.
Yeah.
And
they're being Scorpioed, hence the prophets are here, right? Exposing them, right? Because we got the receipts. So, and some of them, had a big hand in it when we was getting lynched. If you saw the book Without Sanctuary, brothers will be bringing out. There's a lot of books on the way we were treated, how we were deleted, slow deaths and all of that. But that's a very good book, Without Sanctuary. These were little 9-year-old little children helping the fires to simmer the fires. You know what I mean? Igniting the leaves that were dying out when Jake be getting all burnt up. And don't forget that video. I remember I was in the truth then. I was kind of newer. Don't forget, if you saw that video with that little, this girl must have been 3, maybe 4 at the most, in the cot.
Yep.
Right, and there was some cakes, an empty container of cakes or biscuits, whatever it was, and the mum came and said, "What happened to the biscuits?" And the little girl said, "It was the big black man," and she had that sneaky little, conniving little look on her face when she said it. The man did it. He ate them. Yeah, it was the big black man. So read that, Baba Kusha. Read that again.
God, this is Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
So I wasn't exaggerating when I say when you see them in them nappy.
God.
I do what themselves in them nappy. Them a lie.
God.
Do coming out of the front and the back. That's how them get down. So let me bring this one out, Baba Kusha. This is some stats because I remember they was talking about even Elder Apostle Tahar. Just one of his latest videos. They had what they call him over there, the poor white Edomite. They got names for them like redneck.
Oh yeah.
What they got? Redneck.
Over here, Skinners, isn't it?
Yeah. Over here, you got lowly white people. We call them tramps. We used to call them tramps. And if you walk, I kid you no lie, when you go walk around them, I remember this in the. They had some living couple doors away from us.
Yeah.
When you used to walk past their house, the yard was humming, as they say in America. The yard was humming. Just had that nasty sour smell, like off smell, sour milk smell, unclean clothes smell, like dampness. So, yes, the Most High, he's cleaned them up, a little bit. He's cleaned them up a little bit, give them perfumes and all that to hide it. But them still the same people.
True.
They're still them people that lie from the day that they're born.
Come on.
So,
got another precept here.
Alright, bring that out and I'm going to bring out these stats.
Come on, this is Malachi 1 and verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. So the Most High has that, that righteous anger towards Esau, Edom, considering that they're the wicked as well. So they're only here for a certain purpose. Of course, once they fulfill it, Esau's kingdom is going to be wrapped up, done, Babylon gone. Then Yahushua's kingdom is going to be put in place, man.
Yeah, and they got once again they're talking about the refugees over in America, Babylon, and also the mother of Babylon. They keep pushing it. That's the buzzword, refugees, which is the problem reaction solution, Hegelian dialectic. When you get into it, it's problem reaction solution, pressure from above, pressure from below. So they keep on pushing it. We just saw that guy Elon Musk,
Mm-hmm.
one of the elders, done a video on how they're so lie so casually. Talking about, oh, these Jakes in a town. He said, you know, in his terminology, I'm using code. These Jakes could be in a town and you've got 500 white people there living there who butter won't melt in their mouth. That's what the brother said. As you might believe, butter won't melt in these white people's mouths. But we've got some stats for you, right? And then you got 1,000 black people. He said, going into the village and raping the little boys, and that's what he said. Just sitting there, and there's no historical event that took place. Maybe you got one that probably was a heathen, and even that one, you know, even if that's even true, one maybe two, even if that's even true, the way that they lie. So I've got some stats here. Just gonna bring it out. This is from the FBI data, right? FBI data shows who are the real face of crime. It says white men, right, are 55% kidnappers. And where are you two? Where I'm going to use some code. I'm going to use some code. 56% of rapists. Right? Jake ain't nothing nowhere up in there, man. They keep acting like Jake's walking around looking for the next thing to do, next crime to do.
Jake is cool.
Hence, because they got a lot of these. Some of these heathens may be Jakes or may not be Jakes. They're letting them out mistakenly, so-called, letting them out of prison like they're on the loose. That's why you see a lot. They've reinforced a lot of their police officers. You see, they used to walk in ones or twos. Now you see them walking in threes. If you notice, driving around in their vans.
Banks as well.
The reason why we are right is only because of the power and spirit of the Lord. Because there's something they used to call sus. Nowadays, there's another word that they've got for it.
Well, sus as in suspicious.
Suspicious, yeah. Sus it was in the 70s. They
use it now.
Yeah, but there's another. It's the same thing with what they use today. Stop and search. It's the same thing. It's sus. Stop and search is just, if we just suspect you of having anything.
Oh, SAS.
Even if we just suspect. So they want to put that out, paint the picture that they want any reason to be able to just stop and search you. So this is some receipts here from the FBI, you know, right, on who really are the face of crime. More mass shooters. You don't even need stats for that. It's all up in the television. Right, when they go into the schools and they have their mad crazy spasms, spaz out, because maybe the teacher turned them down. One guy went shooting up girls because what they call them incels, because he wasn't getting no gal. He went and shoot up all these pretty girls because he wasn't getting no play. It goes right back to the scriptures, man. Right?
So that was an Edomite.
Yeah. He's an Edomite. I remember I've done research on this guy. If you just pull up incel, you're gonna see this happened. Might have been 2018, not that long ago. A little bit more. Are you holding something?
Right,
yeah,
I got a quick one. Yeah.
All right. Let me finish now. Then bring it out. Right. Statutory rapist, paedophilia. We just brought out a couple of them. Just named a few for you. Prostitution, solicitors, pimp. They're the real pimps. They've got corporate. They do the corporate pimping. You know about the one little potentially American black man over there in America. He's got his staff and he's doing his thing. That's all off anyway, because we're supposed to be the example for these people, the men of the black people. It's off and it's wrong. We're not justifying it. But when they be doing it in countries, man. They be pimping countries, pimping the presidents and the prime ministers. They be pimping out their arms weapons. You understand? Blackmailing and all of that. That's pimping. Right. Couple more. So rapist, pedophilia, prostitution, they solicit too. They use the criminals, and when they finish with them, they make them the face of crime, which is a lot of that. Even when you think about Ye, right? Yes, Ye wicked because he sold out. But he has a story about what they was doing to him. Is it still filming?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, what they was doing to him regarding they call it when they hypnotize you.
Oh, MK Ultra.
Yeah,
MK
Amalek. Not just him. A lot of people have stories about the MK Ultra thing. So they got them as puppets, and they just want them to be their gatekeepers, to use them. When they don't mind when they go off and say stupid things, because they themselves can point their finger at him when he be doing certain things, going off raping and all kinds of stupidness. Right? What happened to Prince Andrew anyway? That's a Prince Andrew, so-called Prince Andrew. He's still got his. They say he has no longer got his title.
Yeah.
I feel that, right, the main reason the woman, what's her name, Virginia Goosh or something like that, who came out and spoke out, many more whistleblowers, but I think she went missing. No, they say she's been deleted, but he come out. No, Prince Charles was walking and doing his street, because a lot of it is symbolism as well, right? Or what you call it? A lot of it is image. And he was walking into the public in some
predictive programming.
Yeah, as well, that too, because it's like image, putting an image. They want to keep their image, untainted image, perfect. Haven't done anything wrong, squeaky clean. Prince Charles, and when he was walking into this village, and a lot of people were shaking down, but then you had people saying, "What's happening? What do you think should happen to Prince Charles, your brother?" So that doesn't expose the image. We're gonna say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that proves also that formerly Prince Harry was a Jake as well, man. Because when he left the royal family, they didn't pay him in this positive light. Whatnot. They were pretty much saying, he's out of here. He ain't got nothing to do with us.
Oh yeah, they withdrew the security from him. And because they say it's because he was rebellious, but they're not putting it down to the real reason that he married a woman of color that could even be an Edomite anyway. But I think that's he married a woman of color, and he put a stigma on the royal reputation, the monarchy. Anything that they think is going to spoil the monarchy, the reputation. Like even back to Prince Andrew, he was accused of something. Now he hasn't been. He managed to escape, because that's what fugitives do.
Yeah,
they're very good at evading capture. But what reason why they say he no longer has a title is because he was being hackled. Prince Charles, Slovakia, not Prince Charles, King Charles now is was being hackled, and they were saying, what's going on here? What's your brother up to? And he because of the hackling and their reputation, they went away and said, what do you think we should do? I'm just speaking in the spirit. What do you think we should do? We've got to make it look like we're doing something about what's happening. Because the women, people will be coming forward, people complaining. So let's just make out we've stripped him of his title.
Make something up.
To try and look. We've got to look like we're doing something. It's about image. It's about the way things look. They're very concerned about that. Two more. 80%, 86%, 90-47 NFL offenders. Right, these white people, right? White people. 75, and I knew this one anyway. 75% incest, right? Perpetrators. Incest goes into lying down with you, which the scriptures tell us goes against all of that for us. But they be doing it like nothing. Marrying there's stories of them marrying their sisters, having families with their sisters. That's cowardly behavior. Can't get a woman from out of your own lineage. You have to go, from your, what they call it, your first sister, your close knitted sister or brother. That's how they be getting down. When they was asking, when they caught someone doing it, right, the man, the one that married his sister, the woman, the sister, was just sitting there like, she's not even upset about it. It's like it
doesn't affect her. She already knows what's up.
That's what they do.
Used to it.
Rednecks. These so-called rednecks, American, low class people, which they're all the same. They're all basemen anyway. You got something in it. Bring it out.
This is it says also. This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 3, verse 5 actually. Yea also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, man. So really, this is just again another precept to support that Esau's wicked nature as
Was
well.
that Habakkuk?
Habakkuk 2,
Yeah.
verse
All right.
5.
Since you're there, I did have it on the list. What did you read?
Verse 5. I can read it again.
No. You
Start from
can read 4 and then just go read on a little bit more in that.
Go on. This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 4.
Yeah.
It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him,
Yeah.
but the just shall live by faith."
That's why the true faces of crime, I just read you the stats. It's easy for them to do it.
Yeah.
They can delete even their own family, some of them, their own family, or definitely some of the tribes. Go home, eat, sleep as if nothing happened. The soul that is in them is no conscience. The soul that is in them is not upright in them.
Yeah.
Come on, bring out whatever you're gonna bring out,
Because there's also another precept about the wicked.
and then we're gonna go back to Habakkuk.
The wicked can't sleep unless they've done evil.
Oh, is that Malachi 2? Malachi chapters 2. Yeah. Is that the one? Is that the one you're thinking of?
Just trying to search it out.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Malachi chapters 2.
Malachi chapter 2.
Read 1 and 2.
This is Malachi. So hold on, bear with me. 2 verse 2. If you're not here.
Yeah, read from 1.
Come on. This is Malachi 2 and verse 1.
No, Slaka. Micah. My bad. I meant Micah.
Micah 2 and verse 1. Should be
We're going to bring out some closing precepts. The point is made, more than made. Bring out some heavy hitting precepts just to make the point. And we also brought out some receipts as well.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we're just speaking, but when Yahushua return, he's that's the one you're gonna fear him. Right? That's the grand finale. Because it's not about receipts then. It's about someone who's gonna bring that fugitive and make him be sentenced. He's the judge, jury, and the executioner.
Yeah, Yahushua brings the solution, the ultimate solution to this problem of Esau. So yeah, this is Micah 2 and verse 1. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands."
Break it down.
So I'll read it again. This is Micah 2 and verse 1. "Woe to them that devise iniquity." So of course they plan evil things, they wicked thoughts. Of course in their G20 meetings, really behind the scenes of those public, councils, that's when they really devise that wickedness. What we're going to do here, what we're going to do there.
With their secret councils.
And they're moving towards that agenda as well. When you hear of Agenda 2030 as well, and of course reducing the population, things of that form, that's them devising iniquity.
Yeah, one of their main secret councils is the Skull and Bones, just to name a few.
Oh yeah. And it says here, "And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand." And who gave them the power? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, gave the power. Of course, Esau was given the fatness of the earth. And of course, the
Genesis 25 and 27. Don't go get it. Just
and obviously the power over the heavens as well. So of course, the Most High has blessed him with the technologies, with the intelligence as well, to execute his plans. But of course, for the ultimate downfall, that's why going into Obadiah 1 and verse 7, despite him devising the iniquity, trying to build up, the Most High is going to bring him down. So let me just get Obadiah 7 quickly, and then we can get into Habakkuk if you want. Obadiah 1 and verse 7. It says here, actually, hold on. I'll read. "This is all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, and the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him." So at the time to come, where prior to them missiles being sent from the other nations, Esau's going to get that major betrayal, man, which would then cause or really be an influence for why these other nations are then gonna send missiles, which of course Russia, being a Gog, Ezekiel 38, they're gonna also send missiles alongside the other allied nations. They're gonna be under that influence, and then they're gonna send missiles to America, man. And ultimately, America is that military might of Esau, Edom, that's gonna be demolished. That's why it says it and prevailed against thee. So that means those missiles being sent, of course, going into Joel chapter 2 as well, each one will hit America. So anyways, it says, and prevailed against thee they that eat thy bread, the nations that also benefit from America. Scriptures in Revelation talk about, the merchants profiting from America, Babylon the Great. It says, eat thy bread, have laid a wound under thee, there is none understanding in him. So again, ultimate point is the fact that America is going to be, which is again Esau's military might, is going to be demolished utterly, which is one of the major prophecies that we focus on. So again, going back to Micah 2 and verse 1, woe to them that devise iniquity, and woe means destruction. So really, the Most High is telling us Esau's end, literally within that precept. So woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand, and it's going to be taken out of their hand as well. And that's why woe unto them, which means destruction. All right. Go on.
I want to make a correction.
Oh yeah.
This is Genesis 27 and 28.
You want us to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it. Because I think I said Genesis 25. Just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
So it's not Genesis 25. It's Genesis 27. I'll read it. Yeah. It says in verses 28 of Genesis 27 says, therefore, Yahweh, God gave thee of the dew of the heavens, and the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of the corn and wine. Right, as you mentioned earlier, he's been given unto him has been given the earth, and the heavens, which means that's why he's got all his spacecraft all out there, telescopes. They'll be looking up and see what's going on up in there. What's the other one? Satellites. Right. 29. Let the people serve thee. Right. Hence why let's go back to Habakkuk. It's going to go into that a little bit. A couple more verses in Habakkuk. It breaks it down. This is the precept for that. Let the people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be lord over thy brethren, and let the mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. Right, but now the blessings, we're the true blessed people, and the blessings we're going to be blessed. Right, this is our blessing. Right, that was given to Abraham. We're the seed of Abraham. But his blessing is that he's going to have the fatness of the earth, only for a short period of time. Hence why we spoke about the Renaissance period and the iconoclasm period. What he's able to do and make someone else, anybody, as long as it's not him, the face of crime. Let's go back to Habakkuk, and they've been successful up until a point. Let's read that one again. Habakkuk 2 and 4, and then read up to about 6.
This is Habakkuk 2 and then verse 4. Habakkuk 2 and verse 4. Behold, the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Right, because we live by faith. They're unfaithful people. Anything that they believe in, they have to dig it up. Right, because our elders always be making mention of that, to get this historic evidence. They can back up a lot of the scriptures because they look into things in and out. They've studied that what they studied, needed to study in order for them to be satisfied. Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of things they agree with, but they don't want to come out and say it. But the reason why we believe what we believe, we don't need to see it. We've been blessed with that faith. Scriptures talk about faith is a gift.
Come. So it says in verse 5, yea also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as
well. Embassies in other countries, occupying it, not only just occupying it. He gets away with doing a lot of things by bribery, hush money, killing, stealing and destroying, intimidating. That's his MO. Hence, go back to what we just read in Genesis 27 and 28. He was given the fatness of the sword, so he uses that sword. He uses to intimidate, and behind the sword, take away his sword. You don't gotta get it. Take away his sword. The scripture that's in my mind is Isaiah 14 and 21.
Yeah.
If you take away his sword, he's just looking at him. Is this the man?
Yeah.
And we're gonna hear him, and we're gonna let it play out because that's why we're faithful. That's why we've been blessed with faith. We're gonna watch it play out, and we're gonna enjoy how it plays out. Lord willing, we endure to the end.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right. So it says Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. And wine can also be likened as these philosophies that is put out there to corrupt Jake.
Yep.
He says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So of course, again, major examples. When you go into the history of Gad, the history of Reuben, even the history of the other Latin tribes as well. Southern tribes, but specifically Latin tribes and Gad and Reuben. Because that's the one I've been studying recently as well. He's actually gone to take their land, so that shows his enlarged desire here. Yeah. It says, but gather
the
unto him.
North American Indians, God, troops shall overcome him, innit? That's what his
and
character.
Esau was that true.
But he shall overcome at the last. So we're going to see. Yes, Yehoshua going to get his lick back, but our brother also Gad, he's going to get his lick back, and the other, all of the 12 tribe, brother, because Gad, what happened to him represents what happened to all of the tribes. We was overcome. Deuteronomy 28. But he gonna overcome at the last.
So it says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Man, it goes out there, does some deals with other nations to make their leaders sell out, and of course so that he can have more control over the resources and over the people of that region as well. And that's why certain places they be used as test subjects. For Esau's wicked agendas.
Oh yeah. There's a whole lot of that going on too, right? That's why the other day, they'd be celebrating their left-hand side high holiday, right? And it's a mockery, right? Which goes into the Halloween and all that paganism, and the bonfire. And I remember I done a little bit of just fact checking how many people go missing. It's up there, man. How many children go missing? How many people be getting drunk, crimes go up. When you look at the stats, everything goes up because it's their high holiday, right? And I was walking around, I was just putting the spirit was on me, just like, if I could have made lasers come out of my, I would have just lasered up some people that day. But anyway,
that would have been true judgment.
What came out of my mouth was the spirit of the Lord anyway. You know what I mean? When you be putting up these videos, Lord willing, the edifying videos, you be lasering up their high. You're putting a curse on their high holidays. And on the people that taking part in it. You know what I mean? That's how we see it in the spirit, man.
But even Salak, even on that point as well, there was actually an ex-Satanist that spoke on it. On your point on people going missing. That's because they use them for for their own left-hand side.
Use code, but you're good. Go on.
So left-hand side, they use it for their purpose. And that's when that's why people go missing, and of course the demons increase that day as well.
100%.
So it's like spirits that adverse with our spirits that day specifically. Because that's when demons go up. And you even mentioned as well, that's when the ranks are also increased too. They're committing on the left-hand side, but we got our fight on the right-hand side.
And we counteract that by putting up the prayers in the Hebrew. If you're whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna put up the curses. You know what I mean? However you're gonna put curses upon the scoffers and all the heathens that really they don't like us. We already saw demonstrations of that, and we're gonna start to see them horns come out a little bit more. As what we know that their forefather Cain slew Abel, right? Because that's what they're about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they wanna. What did Esau want to do with Jacob? He wanted to
slay.
and he promised he wanted in his heart. He wanted to do it in his heart. So don't get it twisted. When you start to see which they're doing that over there, we see what's happening over there with the ice. And you know, there's another thing what came out too. All you need to be part of ICE, you could be an Edomite, just put on a mask and just say, well, I'm going to roll with you. You know, one of them radicals that just don't like Jake. Put on a mask. Man, more things are coming out about you devils. But the Most High be scoping you out. You be watching us and marking us and measuring us up. But the Most High is measuring you. The scripture talk about he's measuring your temple. Measuring you. That's in Jeremiah 51. I'll tell you what. Get that one, Jeremiah 51. See if I'm correct on that one. Jeremiah 51. Let's see. And around 25. And then after that, let's get Numbers 35.
So this is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 25. Hold on. Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyest all the earth.
Mountains is known for something that is lofty, that position of power, place of loftiness of power. And does he where they used to dwell, which is still kind of is
Caucasus Mountains,
right? Well, Petra, right, which is high up, places that are high up, or Petra, or
that place in Russia.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the original place. Which that's a desolated land anyway. That's the land that they was given to them, and it shows how the scripture says that Jacob I've loved, but Esau has hated. You can see the hatred by that's the kind of land that they was given. Mount Seir, that's it, or Petra, change the name. But that mountain, symbolically you got the over here you got the shard, and you did have the twin towers, which that was destroyed by so-called by their own people when you get into so-called conspiracy theories. But that's still what's going to be happening to over there. They've got these Empire State buildings, which are high mountains, concrete. There's another word I'm looking for. Synthetic mountains, man-made mountains. But anyway, carry on.
So this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 25. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyest all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks. I will make thee a burnt mountain.
Right. See, that's what's gonna happen when the intercontinental. That's why it's good to let the scriptures speak, man. Yeah, we speak sometimes, but sometimes how you want to say it, the scripture could say it better than you. You know what I mean? A burnt mountain, man. I have nothing more to say on that.
Yeah, man.
Because what's gonna happen when the intercontinental ballistic missiles are released?
Yeah, it's gonna be fire. That's the lake of fire that's referred to, within Revelations, man. All those missiles are striking. It's going to create that effect of pretty much fire across the whole land. All 50 states going to be demolished.
Yeah, he's got his Nero's got his armored vehicle named Beast.
Yeah. Right.
What's he going to do against fire? It's meant to be invincible, isn't it? Like there's some kind of invincible force. What's he going to do? With they've got another missile called Satan.
Satan 2, yeah. Satan 1, Satan 2.
So there must be, if there's a Satan 2, there must be Satan 1. So they're making mockery, sticking their two fingers up. But when Yahushua return, I'm going to let this one speak as well. He's going to explain it. Numbers 35 and 33.
Yeah, so this is Numbers 35 and verse 33.
A couple more precepts, then we go on, and then you close out,
Numbers 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed.
And what happened when Cain, his name got back to weapon, and they loved their weapons when he deleted Abel. You know what I mean? He polluted the land, and by the blood, and the blood was crying out to him. Obviously symbolically, but that's how it's like to the Most High. And it's, when all this blood, all these places that they've done, you know, these serial killers, when they be killing people, there's one guy, John Wayne Gacy. I always used to remember these guys, right? Because they think they're crazy. You think you're crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? You think you're crazy. Anyway, say no more. When the man of the law get, we're gonna show you back.
Real crazy.
Your whole wire shy gonna show you, man. Right? He created you. He created you. So what does that say about him? Enough said. Numbers 35 and 33.
Yeah. So this is Numbers 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right. There's so many precepts we could have brought out on this subject. That's why it's a beautiful subject. If you don't have a subject to go into, which is your sport for choice now, you got one beautiful subject there. And the Spirit was on me throughout the whole of this week to just get on that devil, because they're on their demon time. You know what I mean? And read 34 as well, and then if you got any other precepts, because it kind of, we opened up with it, was it Genesis 9, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 and 6.
It kind of, this one kind of backs that one up. Yeah. And then
So
whatever else you got, you can bring out.
Numbers 35 and verse 34. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, the Lord Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel.
Right, and there's so much evidence, right? Irrefutable evidence. That's why we don't even waste time with scoffers now. You just keep it moving. Put up curses on you, and then let the chips fall where they may. Let you, scoffers, fall where they may. And you're falling. There's no future for you, fugitives. Why they call them fugitives when there's no future for them anyway?
The way it sounds, isn't it? Future fugitives.
I've said enough. If you got any more to bring it out and close up, we'll show.
Come on. So you know, as it says in Numbers 35 and verse 34, it says, "And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." So that's the way the Most High made the rule to cancel out, you know, the effect of that blood of the victim by the blood of the, you know, the executor. Let's use some safe words. And you know, and the Most High knows it all, man, because this is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and verse 7. For the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai filleth the world, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of his voice, man. So of course all credit goes to, you know, Yahweh, because he's the one who created everything, you know. And of course, considering that, you know, he says the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh filleth the world, so therefore, you know, he would know when a certain evil act has been done. That's why he inquired of you know, Adam, you know, what's happened here. Of course, he inquired of Cain, you know, what have you done with your brother's blood? Cry unto me. So of course the Most High Spirit is within everything. That's why you can't really hide nothing from the Most High. So that also proves Esau's stupidity, hiding in the mountains despite the prophecy saying that, you know, he's going to be scooped up anyways. So anyways, you know, Yaratazar, you found it edifying. You went to quite a few topics here, but the theme kind of made it full circle here. So Yaratazar, you found it edifying and exhorting. You know, as we close out by saying, Kol Halaim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachak Kodash. Once more, double honors to the great ones of the apostles and the elder bishops. Yaratazar, Shalom.